Hello everybody, we are here with our Chiron guide. We're going to be playing Chiron in the mid lane. Chiron is a more ability-based hunter. He really thrives with that Transcendence, and you can get away very easily with grabbing Transcendence in the mid lane. So we're going to be grabbing tier 2 Transcendence, our health pot, in a Baron's Brew, because we have a Baron on our team this game. If we didn't have a Baron on our team, we would just be grabbing those multi-potions, as we mentioned in our Baron guide. Baron's Brew is basically just a refreshing, jacked multi-pot. On Chiron, we're going to be leaning into ability-based damage. All 4 of his abilities do damage to the enemy team, so we can really lean into that and get some awesome output. Our first ability that we're going to get is Training Exercise. This ability actually just recently got buffed in the mid-season patch, and it actually has 20 more damage at level 1 than it used to. This is the ability that we are going to get at level 1, and it's also the ability that we are going to max first on Chiron. This ability is a circle-based damaging ability. You lay down the circle, and after a brief period of time, it is going to explode. Not only is it a damaging ability with that explosion, but it also grants crowd control immunity, which means that you can use this basically as a Geb shield. How Geb shield will remove CC from you, the same thing. It's going to give you that beads purification effect. Level 2, we're going to get our 3. Our 3 is going to keep us safe. This is our getaway skill. So you can see if I throw down my 1 on me, I get that little CC immunity. The CC immunity effect on our 1 comes out immediately. The damage comes out after a 1-second delay. So once again, delay on the damage portion of this, not on the CC immunity portion. So if you see a friend inside of a Nox combo, you can throw down that 1 on them and help them get out of there if their beads weren't up. Looking to get some nice damage on them right here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Our third ability is our getaway skill. Is it actually called Giddyup? It literally is called Giddyup. I've always called it that, but I never actually looked at it. I love that it's genuinely called Giddyup. That is hilarious. I think Baka's going to go for his back left harpies, so I'm actually going to chase back here. I think he's going to get greedy and go for them. I'm just going to go look in case he is. He did not. That's fine. So now I'm going to go just steal these, actually. So Giddyup is a pretty unique getaway skill in Smite. It is a dash. That means it does not go over walls, won't go through your mirror wall, can't get over the mid camps, any of that good stuff. But it's a fairly long dash, as you can see, and you can auto attack during this dash. You can auto attack during the dash, and if you hit a target, with the actual dash itself, that target will be knocked back. So there's a lot to this. Once again, that is, you dash at somebody. If I would have hit him, he would have been knocked backwards. Not only can you auto attack during it, not only does it do damage, not only does it knock backwards, but it also gives you extra power while you are inside of this ability. So your auto attacks are actually hitting even harder because you do have bonus power while you are in this charging animation. It is a very, very good aggressive and defensive ability. Our 2, which is the ability that we are going to max after our 1, is a homing missile. This ability is called Masterful Shot. It is a homing missile on your target. The way that you proc this is that you hit them with one of your abilities. Or an auto attack. So if you hit an enemy, you see they'll get this little icon on them. That means it's ready to lock on. And if you pop your 2, it will shoot all of the targets that have been locked onto by this ability. You can get this effect on them with your 1, your 4, and your auto attacks. When this ability comes out and hits them, it will do damage, and it will also slow them for 2 seconds. More so than that as well, you passively mark the target. When he damages them with a basic attack, training exercise, or a Centaurus, it reduces their physical protections by 5% as well. So it's a little bit of a protection reduction in this ability as well. But the bigger part here is going to be that slow and that damage that it does, and that mark will last 3.5 seconds. Before we get into our ultimate here on Chiron, I want to talk about your passive, which is a really, really good passive. It's actually underrated. And that is going to be herbal medicine. Every 12 seconds you collect an herb. You can see how many you have built up down here in your little icon. You can have up to 3 built up. And when you pop an ability, if somebody within range of you needs healing, they will receive healing. So it's 30 health plus 5 per level, and it's a heal over 5 seconds. This affects you. If you need health, you see I don't need health, so it's not popping it. Or if an ally is within 30 feet, it will also heal them. Just a little bit of sustain built in on the character. You can see that Baka was in front of me right there, so I used my dash through him to make sure to knock him back to provide more distance between me and the Bakasura. I'm actually not super afraid of this Baka quite yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ulti. Oh, that was a good jump there by the Baka. Which is going to bring us into our ultimate right there, and why I was trying to fight that. Our ultimate is called Centaurus. This is a giant line-based ability. It is super, super, super long. Yes, it goes through walls. It goes through anything you want it to. And you can fire this ability 3 times. While you are transformed into this special form, you can't use your abilities. You can't do anything like that. You can only use this specific damage per shot. It will go through enemies. It puts your 2 on them. All that good stuff. The real special thing about this ability is if you die while inside of it and you get a kill with it, you will resurrect. You will come back to life if you die after using this ability. You have to get a kill while inside of it. An assist does not count. If you get somebody down to 1 HP and you're about to finish them off and then your friend comes up and kills them, too bad, so sad. Chiron, one of the only gods, Chiron and Kali, really 2 of the gods that kill stealing can become a problem with, because you don't get that awesome effect. And those are all of Chiron's abilities. So for that leveling order, you're gonna level up 4, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's actually a really, really good Umoja ult right there. Gotta pop my bead to make sure I can run on out of that. I ran into Umoja's wall a little bit right there. You could see, but I knew that the wall was about to come down, and my charge continues to go off even if you're running into a wall. It'll play through that full duration. Woo. Gotta be careful. Umoja is very difficult to play against. For those that are out there playing ranked, she's still one of the absolute top bans in the game. Widely considered the #1 support, and is banned in, I would say, 90+% of Master Plus rank games right now. So keep her in mind for your bans. Gotta watch out for this Baka as well. Baka, another god that is always banned. A high-level gameplay. They got a very high-level composition right now. So on Chiron, your basic lane clear is just gonna be your 1 and your 2. You throw down your 1 does the damage. You follow it up with your Masterful Shot. That's gonna make sure that you're clearing these waves. Your 3, you're either using as a getaway skill or a catching up ability. It is very good to use when chasing a target because you can auto attack while using it. It means that you can basically use it like an old school hasten fatalis effect, where you don't have that auto attack penalty.
Additional sensor deployed.
Your ultimate has a lot of uses, actually. The most blaring is, of course, using it to try to resurrect yourself, popping it right before you die to make sure that you can try to resurrect yourself. You can use it at the end of a team fight, kind of like a Rama snipe, in order to try and pick off any targets that are running away, because it is such a long range and because it goes through walls. Or you can use it to start off a fight, get a bunch of damage off right at the start, and then because it also procs your Masterful Shot, you can also use it to slow everybody and get all that damage off at the start of a fight. Those are really your options there with the Chiron ultimate. Don't really worry about utilizing your passive. While it's really good, it's not like you're gonna sit around and either use abilities or not use abilities because your passive is up or down or something. But just do keep it in mind that you've got that built-in sustain. Baba Yaga hitting extremely hard ever since she got her buff. And she pairs really, really well with Umoja, because they can get off so much damage inside of that little CC duration. So I'm going to walk up, use my one on the wave. At this point, it's basically going to full clear it, so I'm not even going to follow up with that Masterful Shot. I got to be real careful about that that Umoja wall. I'm going to move away to make sure my Athena doesn't get too close there. As much as I wanted to be kind of closer and get some damage off, my Athena was ulting on me, so I want to make sure I can go ahead and get him right on out of this. Still just on my farm game here in mid, even with the Baba Yaga. The Cernanos is level 12 right now, and the Susanna is level 12, so that's quite scary. I'm going to look around and see if there's anybody low. That's a really good ulti from our Thanatos right there. I'm going to be able to pick up a kill on Baba, and now I'm going to be chasing for this Umoja. I'm going to try to keep chasing him through this, see if I can't reach my one. I'm not going to be able to. And now I got to be careful for the Susanna. I'm going to try to dodge back on him. Turn around. I'm going to auto attack him once so I can get the slow on him. I'm going to preemptively pop my beads and then start dashing. That way I don't get interrupted out of my dash and knocked up. Make sure I can get away from that Susanna. Next up, heading back to the mid lane, we're going to buy a little bit of a fun item here. I actually like this a lot on Chiron. I'm going to be getting a third item, Soul Eater. So we've got the Transcendence, which gives us a bunch of power, a little bit of CDR for our abilities. We got the Warrior Tabi, which gives us a bunch of power and a little bit of mana, which stacks well, of course, with our Transcendence. And now we're going to get a Soul Eater. Our Soul Eater is going to help us heal on abilities a little bit, plus giving us a little bit more CDR, really letting us lean into the ability based hunter that we are. Make sure we're using those abilities as much as possible, having that ultimate up for the potential res effect. Get all sorts of wonderful effects coming out from that. I love me some CDR on Chiron. It also helps that we already have some built-in sustain on Chiron's kit. I'm going to use my dash to go ahead and run away, get me right out of that Umoja ult. That is Umoja ult and Baba ulti down. I got to be careful that we're not getting rotated on here, but I actually do want to come back into this fight, so I'm going to pop all my Baron's Brews right now, throw down my ultimate, and I'm looking for the Baba. That's one. Switching targets over to Umoja, popping my Masterful Shot, which is going to actually hit both of them, and we'll be able to pick up a 1-for-0 right there. Got to throw down a sentry ward here at top left and go look at their red buff. Throw down my little baby ward up there. Nothing particular for me to do, but we did get a nice level 12, so I've got a small level lead right now on the Yaga. Soul Eater, not a super expensive item. Only going to be $10.50 for that final tier 3 on this item. So it's really easy to put it in that third slot. In fact, cheaper than probably most third slot items. I gotta be a little bit careful here. I'm just waiting until I get out of the cripple range on Bagasura, and then using my dash to get out, trying to run back and help out my Thanatos if he needs it. But he does not. I'm gonna throw down my Soul Eater now, get me an Aegis online and another sentry ward here on my back. Now we're gonna go into some really fun items. Next up, we're gonna be getting a Fail Knot. This is gonna give me 40% CDR on Chiron. So I'll have that beautiful CDR for my abilities to always be up. It's also going to give me a little bit of crit chance, which is wonderful. I'm applying my Masterful Shot to 2 different targets right now. I'm just getting some poke here on Woojer. I don't mind a little bit of poke. What I got to be afraid of is that Baba Yaga, because Baba Yaga doesn't know a little bit of poke. She only knows a bit of poke. But luckily, I've got my 1-up. I got my potions proccing. I got a little Soul Eater action, so I should be able to sustain up just nice and dandy without too many problems right now.
Under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
After our Fail Knot, I'm looking into a Heartseeker. Keep in mind that Heartseeker recently got changed and it's a little bit cheaper. And keep in mind that Fail Knot recently got buffed and it also gives 10% penetration. And so does my Soul Eater. Soul Eater also gives 10% physical penetration. That means that with the Soul Eater, I'm chasing for this Baka for sure. Now I gotta be very careful because I put myself into an awkward spot. So I'm gonna try to turn around on this Woojer right now. Looking back at the Baka, using my Masterful Shot to go ahead and grab that kill. Trying to get out towards the duo lane. I'm gonna run right through CERN to knock him back and bring him away from me as I'm trying to get myself and my Athena out of here. See if I can't pull this purple buff. Utilize that Athena ultimate to get the bonus damage off before I have to really back out of this and throw down a sentry ward over here near the gold for when it respawns. So right now I've got 10% pen with the Fail Knot. I'm going to get another 10%. So I'll have 40% cooldown, 20% pen with that. And then of course the Heartseeker going to give me another 10% pen to bring me up to 30%. Plus going to give me even more bonus damage on top of my abilities, which are already going to be hitting so hard with all this power and pen that I have. And then they'll leave me quite a few options to wrap up my last of my penetration after that. On Chiron, most of your stuff does go through or around walls. So your only ability that's not going to be able to go through walls is going to be your 3. That's because this is just a regular dash. So it can't do it. But your 2 is a homing missile. So it will stay on the target for 3.5 seconds. And as long as you press it, before that time runs out, it is always going to go and hit them. So say an Apollo's about to go into the air and you press your 2 on them right as they're about to go in the air and they've got 1 HP, that Masterful Shot will hit them when they come down from the air and are targetable again. Your 1, of course, you can throw over walls, and your ultimate goes through walls as well.
Your left tower is under
So
attack.
walls are your friend on Chiron. Got to go ahead and dash through this Woojer. Whenever you're dashing away on Chiron, you want to make it a priority to actually hit the enemy god near you with that, so that way you get the knockback effect and create even more distance between you and them. So that way, even if they use some sort of movement ability on you to catch up, you should still have enough room between you and them. Susano's over here in the mid lane, keeping my 1 on myself, giving myself that CC immunity right there. You could see the Susano came in to pull me. I knew he was about to pull me because I could hear the audio effect. So I gave myself the CC immunity, so the pull didn't affect me, and I did not have to use my beads in order to get away from that Susano. As long as you can use it preemptively, it is basically an extra beads. Athena's going in for the taunt. I'm actually going to go right into my ultimate to look for some damage on this Baba Yaga. Throwing down the 1 on top of myself to get this damage off on Baka. He's so low, he should die from this as well. Looking now at the Baba Yaga trying to get in range. Unfortunately, just barely can't get in range of that. Got to use my Aegis here to try to live a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live through this, though. Trying to wait for my 3 to come up so I can dash through all these guys and get away. Going to use my Masterful. I'm going to put my 1 on me to get rid of that slow. It hit the Susano behind me, so I'm slowing him again. And I'm still just trying to get out of this one. Now I'm gonna just not get greedy, and I'm gonna run my butt all the way back to this tier 2 tower and get right on out of the trouble. I need 150 more gold for my fail knot, so I'm gonna stick around in order to get this fail knot. A little bit greedy to come from the red buff. Just be aware that the red buff hits really, really hard, but you can see how much that Soul Eater passive combination actually just healed me up. That is the benefit of Soul Eater right now on gods that can proc it on a lot of abilities. It can be really, really strong. Throwing down the little 2 on Susan. Once again, I did not get knocked up by his ultimate because I threw down my 1 on top of myself to make sure that I was CC immune for his ulti. Gonna grab the fail knot right here and a sentry ward as we head back down the mid lane. And then we're gonna get ourselves into that Heartseeker. So right now we do have the 40% CDR online. We've got a ton of healing potential, a ton of damage, and 20% penetration, not to mention a little extra crit chance just for a little extra shabang when we need it. We need to make sure we have wards on the Fire Giant and the Gold Fury right now. So I'm going to go sentry ward this. I don't think they've done it. Ooh, there is a Cernados right here though. Keeping my eyes over here on Cern. I'm gonna throw down the ulti, try to get enough damage off to put him down. We will be able to get that damage. And now we need to be a little bit careful of the upcoming rotations. Trying to help out now with the Emoja, but that's just so hard to deal with. So I'm not gonna commit everything to him. Because they have the oracles, we're just gonna run back over here to the mid lane and chill out. Maybe we'll be able to get this mid tier 1 tower. Probably not, because Bobbitt's got some really nice poke out. Throwing down my 1 on top of my Baron. It was a little bit late, so he's not gonna get that CC immunity. I'm gonna try to be dashing away from the Baka. I did not get my Masterful Shot on him with my 1, but I healed just barely enough in order to get away, and he ran out of his cone autos on that last auto that would have killed me. So once again, we get to live through that. Chiron, surprisingly difficult to kill if you use some of his abilities defensively instead of offensively. Heading back down this mid lane, gonna throw down some damage here onto Suzy Q, using my 3 aggressively now to push him back in towards the team. And I'm gonna use my 1 here on Yamoja to make sure I get my slow on him. Keeping my 3 up now to chase if I need it. I don't want to use it without really needing it. And now we head over to the Gold Fury. I'm gonna pick up this red buff on my way to the Gold Fury. Unfortunately, Cernados actually soloed the Gold Fury while all of that was happening, which is unfortunate. Should be able to get this mid tier 1 tower though, and then head over to the portal and then get ourselves that nice Pyromancer, as well as this tier 1 tower, still getting some nice gold for the team. Well, Bakashura showed up, and I need to be a little bit careful. I don't want to get caught out with the Baka. He's actually kind of committing to this. Look at those extra delicious crits, dude. Thank you, Fail Not. Do appreciate you. Thanks. And of course, we've had these Barons brews all game long, which is very nice. Looking at the Baba Yaga, she just used beads and Aegis. Ulti behind me for the CC immunity. Throwing it down onto the Susan. Gonna give him that Masterful Shot, so he is slowed. Reminder that your ultimate does, of course, make you CC immune while you are in that form. So you can use it for that CC immunity. Gonna go ahead and throw down my 1 onto my teammate in order to give him the CC immunity, popping the Aegis here at the end of your Mojo and trying to dash away from the trouble that is on me. I've got enough gold for Heartseeker. Unfortunately, they're probably going to do the Fire Giant. That's what they should be doing. But I'm going to go ahead and run right back towards it. They were missing one. Hopefully Soul can get the tier 2 tower over in the left lane while they're getting this Fire Giant. And maybe I'll even get lucky enough to be able to go steal their red buff or something as well.
Your team has destroyed the left enemy tower. Come back.
See if we can't make it over there to that red buff in time.
There is no escape.
Yep, we'll be able to get a little bit off of this. Now they've got the fire giant, so we've got to be even more careful. Boop. Beep boop.
But I'm faster.
Back up, get our red buff, bada bing, bada boom. Didn't lose too much farm off of that. We're only down at 4K. We can actually still fight them, even though they have the fire giant. Certanos is gonna show himself left lane. I think we can pick him off. I think we can pick off this Certanos. I think he's gonna get greedy and go for this by himself, and we'll be able to come in behind him and look for some Certanos boy.
Diverting power to end.
Use that ulti for the CC immunity and take away one of their fire giants, healing up from that wave, of course. Unfortunately, I am definitely dead here to a Susano and a Woojer ulti, but if the rest of the team can get here in time, this could still be a really good fight. Looks like half of our team was actually really far away from this, which is a bummer because we had that super easy pick off onto the Certanos. Looks like it took some of our boys a little bit longer to get themselves over here. So now what I'm going to do at the very end of this build is I'm going to get myself some more crit online. We've got the fail knot, which gives us that crit. I'm going to get myself a Deathbringer to get even more crit online right now. And if the game continues to go, I'm going to sell my Warrior Tabite for a Wind Demon, which is going to give me some attack speed as well as the last even more percent pen. That'll be the 40 full capped percent pen if it were to go that long and get that
Your middle tower has
Wind Demon online.
fast, but I'm faster.
I'm gonna use my ultimate just to clear out the creeps right here to make sure that they can't come in safely to this Phoenix. We're getting huge damage out as well right now, just zoning them away from this Phoenix. No reason to put myself close enough to be in harm's way when I can just use my ultimate to quickly clear out that. And because my ultimate's on such a low cooldown, I don't even have to think about it. Just easy peasy lemon squeezy. Susano and Baga coming in actually for the red right now, taking a good bit of damage. That Susano ulti shouldn't knock me up. It did not. Got to be careful with this Baga right now. He's probably going to put me down, but he's going to be so low. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem anybody was with me right there. The Athena died so quickly. Thanatos does pick up a good one onto the Susano. And their fire giant will not be lasting a ton longer. They lost it on a lot. As long as they clear out the creeps, they should have a decently hard time getting this. Only Certanos is going to do a lot of damage to it. Unfortunately, Soul's getting zoned out right now. Certanos is actually diving and looking for the fight, though, which means it's going to take his focus away from the Phoenix a little, but we've got some long death timers right now. We got two T2s up. Soul might die even in this fountain to that crit. Athena's up. We got 12 seconds. It's gonna be close on this one. Athena has a good taunt to get them off of it. I'm up in 5. I don't think they're gonna be able to kill the Titan before I get in on this business. They've got the Baba, though, who's gonna do a lot of damage with that ulti. I'm going straight through for the Cern, trying to reach him. I am gonna be able to reach him. I have to switch over to my ultimate. I do get the kill for the res on that Woojer back there. I died inside of my ultimate, so now I will come back, be able to run back into the fountain and heal up. That is that resurrection effect that we just saw for the first time this game on the Chiron ulti. Go ahead and get rid of that. Don't let him do anything with that. Looking for the Baka. You have the little indicator that will show. Ooh, he almost got greedy right there. The red buff is coming up. Dang. Just barely not able to get in range right there in order to kill the Bakasura. That Susano is certainly going to be able to get in range, though, to kill me. And the Bakasura will also pick up the Thanatos. Now, this could actually be a problematic end of the game. Baron is up in 10, 28-minute marker. It depends exactly how this goes down here, but if they pick off Soul quickly, which it looks like they might be able to, this could be Trouble City. They got all 5 up. We got 30-second death timers. Can they get all 5 members down into the Titan range? It actually doesn't look like they're going to be able to.
Let's make it hot.
So the Titan will continue to live for now. They're gonna head over to the Fire Giant, so we should also start to head over that way as soon as we get everybody respawning. It's not quite the enhanced Fire Giant yet, but we gotta, oh wow, they got it so quick. Now we need to back our booties up and go for a Phoenix defense. It's basically our only hope right now is to get ourselves a really nice Phoenix defense and then shove down to win the game. That is our hope right now. Threw out my 1 just in case the Baron was gonna end up needing that CC immunity. He did not. They grabbed the tier 2 in right. They're gonna go get the tier 2 in left as well, and we are certainly not going to defend that. We can throw out a nice little sentry ward here, though, in order to have the vision back around. Nobody really for us to pick off here. They've been at our red buff the entire time, so we're not going to go look at the red buff. We're just going to give that up and let them have it. It seems that they might be putting wards near that area. And once again, they are right there when it's respawning, so it looks like we made a good executive decision to not go up and grab that red. Clearing 1 more wave in mid, and now we need to back up, and we're on Phoenix defense duty. I'm gonna go ahead and buy me a red pot for this defense. This could very well be the last defense of the game. So I'm gonna get that red pot, give me as much damage as humanly possible for this defense. We're down 20k. It's going to be really difficult for us to actually defend this Phoenix, but we're going to give it the old college try. Solid chance that somebody goes to split push the mid lane. Looks like that's going to be Susano, who's on that split push duty. Good taunt from Athena, forcing the beads there on the Baba Yaga, giving us a good target. If this fight breaks out soon, Yamoja throwing out her ultimate means we all have to back off of this. But now we can actually start to head back in. Baba does not have the beads because they had to use them earlier. I'm throwing down the ulti for the Cernanos right now. Look at that damage coming out onto Cern. Throwing down the 1 onto my team. Hopefully they can get out. I got a masterful shot onto Baka, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to escape that. Is he actually backing right here? I don't think my Thanatos saw him. He actually might have disconnected there at the very end. I thought he was trying to back. Speaking of people trying to back, pop my beads right here. Woo! Doesn't even matter that I pop my beads because that is a lot of Susano damage. Look at that tanky hybrid damage build. As it turns out, the active to pop was actually Aegis and not Beads. Beads was not going to let us live through that. But we only lose 1 Phoenix instead of 2, which is very, very nice. And now we have an opportunity to get our actives ranked up and a sentry ward. Really nothing we can do here besides be on that defense duty. So we're just chilling back here. They've still got fire on 2 folks. And so defending our Phoenixes is still our play. Our target focus right now needs to be mostly on Cernanos and then the Bakasura. That Susano is pretty dang tanky, so he won't be the best of focus targets.
Diverting power to engines. Ta-da!
Once again, gonna get these defensive wards out to make sure they don't have any vision around here. Of course, they did. This is actually too risky for me to move up all the way by that, so I'm just gonna let it go. Now's when defending the Phoenixes gets really hard because they're gonna start to get the enhanced fire giant. That'll be the next fire, and that'll be really, really difficult to defend. Once again, gonna get a potion of power because the next push could be the last push of the game. No reason to save up your gold. for a 6 item if the game's never going to get there. I'm going to try to give my Baron a 1 here just to get that CC immediately in case he had a slow or anything on him. But Thanatos is going to get picked off, which is going to make this Phoenix defense really difficult over and right. But we don't really have a choice. We kind of have to let it go now that we don't have Thanatos. But we got to be really careful. Speaking of really careful, I'm going to pop the Aegis. Oh my goodness, just barely gonna get the heals off right now, getting off as much damage that I can with my ulti. Throwing down the 1 onto the team to get them out of that Cernanos ult that was on them. Baba Yaga be swinging. We gotta try to kill somebody. If we don't kill anybody right here, we're definitely dead. Baba gonna die to my Masterful Shot, but I don't think it's gonna matter. They've got 4 members still alive. We've only got 2. And they should be able to come in and go ahead and slay this Titan. But this is the exact build that you're looking to run, guys. On a Chiron, you want to get in to that high damage type build. A lot of power, a lot of percent penetration. At the end, if you're feeling into the crit, you know, you've got the fail knot. It gives you the opportunity to go into things like Deathbringer, like Wind Demon. You don't have to. If you don't want to embrace the crit, you could just go into something like a Blood Forge and those sort of items and get a little bit more of along that flat line, or even get yourself something more attack speedy like an Atalanta's bow oboe type situation. But I really want you to lean into the big power, big penetration, big cooldown build. And so that way, even if you're losing, you're still 14 and 6 with 42,000 damage. And that is our